You've reached 5 Minutes Funnier. Hi, I'm Jimmy England here to talk to you about 5 Minutes Funnier, the comedy how-to. Got some new hacks and tips to pass on to everybody. And I think what I want to talk about this week is the inner logic of jokes. It's very important that you understand that your joke has to have an inner logic. By their nature, jokes are sometimes a very crazy sort of a world that you're living in when you make that joke up, because it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it does in a particular way within the context of the joke. And it's very important that you recognize that. For instance, if you make a joke up and the punchline is like having sex with a pencil, you better be able to explain how that's going to work and why that makes sense. Because just saying sex with a pencil may be a mildly amusing concept, but it can confuse the audience, and they're not going to laugh if they're trying to figure out what you're trying to say. So you want to be very careful. You want to have that inner logic. A good example of that, of a joke that's crazy, is Stephen Wright. A lot of Stephen Wright stuff, but one in particular that I remember is about him putting a skylight in his apartment, and boy, the people upstairs were really pissed. Now, yeah, it's a crazy concept, a crazy idea that somebody would do that, but that's the character he sets up, and we're going to get into that in just a minute. But it has that inner logic. It makes complete sense. The thing to remember about jokes is, yeah, they're going to be crazy, but they have to be organic and consistent to your character. And whether you realize it or not, you have a character on stage. How would that actually work or not work? Well, let's talk about Rodney Dangerfield. He's one of the greatest comedians, I think, of my generation, really. Very funny guy. And he always did the I don't get no respect thing. And that's really good. But what if in the middle of doing all that stuff, he started talking about how he got an award, and he makes a little fun of the thing, but at no time does he reference that being somehow not showing him any respect. It would confuse you because it's not organic to his character. He's introducing a whole new concept, and it's hard to get your head around, why is he doing this? The point to all this is you have to remain consistent, and your jokes have got to have an inner logic. You can spin them off in any direction you want to go into, but they still have to remain there. Crazy is not funny unless it makes sense. That's a really hard concept to swallow sometimes, that crazy does not equal funny. Crazy and logic equal funny. Anyway, I'm Jimmy England. I hope you got something out of today. We'll be back again with 5 Minutes Funnier. In the meantime, please stay funny, everybody.